My Little Nuts reinvents fantasy football. Download the app now via the link in the description box below. Welcome to the Gameweek 26 team selection. Before we get onto the plans for this weekend's games, let's take a quick look back at how we got on in Gameweek 25. Nick Pope's penalty save secured all 3 bonus points for the Burnley goalkeeper during their 1-1 draw with Newcastle, while Nicolas Otamendi ended a run of 3 games without a clean sheet, as Man City beat West Brom by 3-0. Elsewhere in defence, there was yet more bad luck for Andreas Christensen, with the Chelsea defender suffering a hamstring injury just 27 minutes into the game with Bournemouth. He's now suffered illness, a head injury and a hamstring injury over the last 6 game weeks. Manchester United conceded to Spurs after just 11 seconds, and Phil Jones went on to put the ball into the back of his own net for a disappointing score of -2. Raheem Sterling provided his 9th and 10th assists of the season during the win over West Brom, providing a total of 3 attempted assists, one of which was deemed to be a big chance created. Mo Salah delivered from the spot after convincing James Milner to allow him to take the penalty, as Liverpool ended their run of 2 consecutive defeats in all competitions. There were no returns for Xherdan Shaqiri this week, who came in to replace the injured Marko Arnautovic. However, the Stoke midfielder did produce an impressive tally of 3 attempted assists, one of which was deemed to be a big chance created, and he also missed a big chance himself. The late captaincy switch from Salah to Aguero didn't make too much of a difference, thanks to the Argentine's very late goal against West Brom. Aguero found the target with 2 shots during the game, and also missed a big chance. Finally, Harry Kane was unable to extend his lead as the Premier League's top goal scorer during the win over Man United, despite taking 8 attempts at goal, 3 of which found the target, in addition to providing 3 attempted assists. So a score of 55 points in the end sees a small green arrow from 22k to 21k, beating the overall average by 8 points. So now let's move on to the Gameweek 26 team selection. There is only 1 free transfer available, but with injuries and suspensions accumulating, a 4-point hit will be needed to clear out some of the deadwood. Dominic Calvert-Lewin lost his starting place a couple of weeks ago, and since then, Callum Wilson has emerged as the most informed budget forward, most recently providing a goal and assist against Chelsea midweek. That move will see a change from 4-4-2 to the more classic 3-4-3, allowing Ben Mee to return to the bench. Andreas Christensen looks likely to be sidelined for a while after suffering a hamstring injury against Bournemouth, so he'll most likely be the man to go in defence, although Arthur Masuaku is also in need of being sold. The thinking here is that Masuaku has a cheaper price tag, so selling Kristensen instead will free up more cash to be used if needed. There are a number of potential replacements in defence, including Maguire, Mawson and Daniels, but Craig Dawson will most likely be the man to come in, due to his kind run of fixtures and attacking threat from set pieces. West Brom face Southampton, Huddersfield, Leicester, Burnley and Swansea in their next 5 home matches. As always, be sure to follow FPLtips on Twitter for confirmation of the transfers prior to the deadline, but here's how the team will most likely shape up for Gameweek 26. With Burnley hosting league leaders Manchester City, Nick Pope will move to the bench in favour of West Ham's Adrian. The Hammers face a Brighton side that have scored just 3 times in their last 6 matches, only Huddersfield have managed fewer goals over that period. There are a couple of changes in defence, as Ben Mee drops to the bench, while Craig Dawson is likely to come in for West Brom's home fixture against Southampton. Nicolas Otamendi and Phil Jones remain, ahead of their respective fixtures against Burnley and Huddersfield. Sean Dyche's men have scored just twice during their last 4 matches, while Huddersfield have managed 1 goal during that time, fewer than every other team in the league. The midfield remains unchanged, as Raheem Sterling will look to build on his 24 FPL involvement so far this season. Only Mo Salah has provided more amongst all players with 27. Man City travelled to a Burnley side that have now kept just 1 clean sheet from their last 7 league matches, conceding 10 goals over that period. Jesse Lingard kept his starting place, and it was instead Juan Mata who made way for Alexis Sanchez, but Jose Mourinho may be tempted to tinker with his team following the disappointing performance against Spurs. But he's up against a Huddersfield side that have conceded 13 goals over the last 6 game weeks, which is more than any other team have conceded. So hopefully Lingard can get his chance and return to the kind of form we saw a couple of weeks ago. Liverpool host Spurs in Gameweek 26, and they'll be out for revenge following their 4-1 defeat in the reverse fixture earlier this season. They put 4 goals past Man City in their last Premier League home fixture, and Mo Salah has been directly involved in more goals this season than any other player. Xherdan Shaqiri completes the midfield, and after his strong underlying numbers against Watford midweek, let's hope he can convert some of those chances into goals and assists this time around. Bournemouth's clean sheet against Chelsea was their first in 12 matches, and only their 5th of the season in total. Once again, it will be Sergio Aguero and Harry Kane to lead the line. The Man City forward has 5 goals and 1 assist in his last 4 games, and that's 3 more FPL involvements than Harry Kane has managed during that time. Aguero's tally of 5 big chances over that period is more than any other player has managed, with the Spurs forward close behind on 4 big chances. Harry Kane has taken 13 shots on target during the last 4 game weeks, more than any other player has managed, and 4 more than Sergio Aguero, who's second for shots on target over the same period. Spurs face a Liverpool side who boast a strong home defensive record this season, having kept 7 clean sheets at Anfield. Only Chelsea and Man United have kept more home clean sheets. So we have a very close battle for captaincy between Mohamed Salah, Harry Kane and Sergio Aguero, with the trio leading the way in terms of form and underlying stats, but each facing a relatively tough fixture. Having been involved in more big chances and directly involved in more goals than any other player during the last 4 game weeks, for now the armband is on Sergio Aguero. Burnley will put up a fight and can be a tough side to break down, especially at home. But you'd expect Man City to find a way to win, and on current form, the Argentine is likely to be involved. My Little Nuts reinvents fantasy football. Take on your mates in a head-to-head mini-league, featuring a draft-style transfer window. Goals win games, whether it's a real-life goal or a virtual My Little Nuts goal, which are based on player ratings. It's free to sign up, and you can start a league at any point in the season. Download the app now via the link in the description box below.